hooked up the audio.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
ready to fire it up.
Yeah, all good.
I'll tell Steve to do the same when he comes back off the phone. So, but I will just kick it off now. Hello and welcome. You join us on a Monday night, which is highly unusual. We're here normally for the social races, but this is arguably one of the biggest races in SLR. It is the SLR birthday stream. We are celebrating 2 years to the day, the 9th of November 2018. A little small unknown community formed the SLR League, and 2 years down the line we are over 100 members and counting, and we are continuously looking to expand and continue this legacy. We are here for the birthday stream. It is two races. You'll be joining us both for Belgium. Myself is Riggs. I'll be the main commentator for this birthday stream, and I will be joined alongside everybody's fan favourite Steve-O, who is just doing a quick thing now. Oh, you're back. So you've got your box ticked, and I'm going to introduce. And Steve-O's here to in the commentary booth alongside me. He's normally in the McLaren in Division 3, but he's decided to have a wee shot at the commentary once again. And then we've got Original 96 in the party as well. He's going to be corresponding for the races in Melbourne while we are here in Spa. So we've got a race in Australia. I've got a race in Belgium, which we're just getting ready to start just now. And Original will be keeping up to date with the races in Australia, and we'll get him in and out quite regularly just to keep ourselves updated, because there is a healthy turnout for the birthday races. Also, just want to expand on it. It is the main format is slightly different in terms of the point system, but I'll go to the point system in a quick moment. But it is the OGs versus the newcomers. The main OGs are drivers who have competed in SLR from seasons 1, 2 or 3, and they'll be racing with a black and gold livery in their respective cars and their respective grids. And the newcomers who joined after season 4 and season 5, they will be racing with a blue and white livery on their car. So we've got two very distinctive teams. Steve-O is a league owner, so I'm assuming he will be rooting for the originals who did form the SLR community. Is that right in saying so?
I don't know. Have I got to sort that? I'm not sure, because being a league owner, I've got to show a level of impartiality. But no, I think it's going to be a good event. Great for SLR to be into their second year, 2 years. I mean, I've been here since day one. I wasn't at the start, but it's grown and grown and grown, and it's in the best places since it started now. So on to the next 2 years. But no, we're break that, and it should be good fun. Different a range of abilities on always adventurous and entertaining for us. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Definitely, I'm very much looking forward to the races here in Spa. Myself and Steve-O will be covering the races here in Spa. You'll see two Belgium races. You'll see the first one, which is a one-shot qualifier and a 25% format. Original will be keeping us up to date with the races in Melbourne, as we'd said just a moment ago. Original, how on about the race? Are you showing support to the OGs, or are you showing support to the newcomers?
Well, like I said,
Or are you just
I'm a newcomer myself in last season, so I will be rooting for the newcomers, but I will be backing the OGs. Some of them are quite quick, so let's hope it's a good race, especially around Spa and one of the tough tracks.
Definitely. We're sitting here trying to say, like, Steve was trying to kind of pass off he'll be the impartial commentator, but we all know wee bits of bias slip out. I mean, I would admit I'm quite bad for it myself when I'm watching Division 3. I like to watch Steve-O and Ned Claude and the McLaren, so I can't hide that. I'm quite bad for slipping my support out there every once in a while, as well as a few things in between. But talking about the points format, I checked the Invitational event. I had to re-familiarise myself with the format, and I think everybody does get points so long as they finish. I think DNF is the only way that you actually finish a race with 0 points. Like, you need to finish to get a point, because they're counting it from 1 to 20.
Yeah, that's
it. Is
it.
that right in saying?
Yep, that's it, mate. Yep, that's it. Well, basically, I think it means because of the difference in level of ability. Obviously, you would expect possibly the elite guys and the Div 1 guys to go to the front, and then the Div 2 and Div 3 guys to necessarily go at the back. It's just so that everyone scores points for the team, so it doesn't matter where you finish. You're still helping your team out, and it gives a bit more incentive. So, that's the thought behind it.
Definitely, I think that also makes it interesting as well, because like it's kind of you're being rewarded for finishing. We are starting qualifying here in Belgium, but like it is 1 lap qualifying, so you will see just a side note, you will see the telemetry on the left hand side of your screen jumping up and down like it's like lagging, like you normally see it at the start of a Division 3 race or a Division 1 race, or Division 2 or Elite or whatever. But we will try and keep up with it the best we can. I'm on board with Sortier Clock, who is at he's near the back of the field currently, as we have just finished the first sector here. It is quite clear here, and Clock's already spun at the exit Lacombe. So we'll just jump on board with somebody else. It looks to be Smoking, Beast Assassin and Jamham. They seem to be the main three fighting for pole position here at the moment. We will just talk about through qualifying as well, as Smoke currently leading for Jamham and Beast. That's a one-shot qualifying format, which is more punishing, I think, because I think Belgium is one of the tracks that is very easy to corner cut, and I'll be interested to see how many actually do that. I feel like it was easy to cut up Eau Rouge, it was easy to cut on the exit of Pouon, and it's easy to cut just through this turn here. You can run too wide, take a bit too much of the curb, and invalidate the lap as well. It is looking quite dry here in Belgium. Is it the same in Melbourne original before we finish the laps?
Slight technical issues because I'm still on the loading screen.
Right, so we are going to have to wait on that information for an extra few minutes. Hopefully we can get original in the game, but it definitely does look to be Jamham getting pole, so the OGs getting a front row lockout at least, because Smoke's got the black and gold livery as well, and Jamham does get pole here. We are 41.8 and the only driver to be in the 41s. And 3 drivers had disqualified their laps, and it looks to be a fairly shuffled up grid, Steve-O.
It does, yeah. I mean, you got the top 3, the elite guys at the top, but yeah, it looks pretty good. The rest of the down is a little bit mixed. As we look down the list, you got Merckx in 6th. So yeah, I mean Liam's there, beating a couple of the elite guys. That's good. Jester's up to 9th. I mean, that's a great one for him. And you got Tuman Sweets has come out on mediums. Is he the only one on mediums?
He is, so that's the only one I can see on the yellow wall. Aye, he's the only one to complete, and he's in the top 10 as well, so that's a really strong showing there for the newcomers there.
And Ranger disqualified with Clock, so the 2 league owners disqualifying on their initial run. So yeah, they'll be trying to work their way through the field, I suppose.
Definitely couldn't have started any further back for the front, so they've got it all to do in the race. Spa is like a fan favourite. Is it up there on your list of racetracks, Steve-O?
It is. Well, this season didn't go so well. Lap 3 I crashed in Eau Rouge and Radion. I was trying to change the settings on the steering wheel, and just completely missed the corner, went off and crashed out. But it has been in the past, and it is a very fun one to drive. I mean, it's just flat out. I mean, it's just fast corners, high speed, and even though it's a game, you still feel like you feel the G's, because you can really see the car leaning on the suspension. That is really good. Yeah. What about yourself?
Oh, definitely. Spa's up there to watch, but not to drive for me so much. The Division 1 race here was brutal, like, because my setup just felt really twitchy at the best of times, and going up Eau Rouge, trying to keep it flat was bad enough as it was.
Yeah.
I remember on the race as well, like, we had Morgan in the Ferrari. I think he was reserving for one of the Ferrari drivers, and he literally spun going up right in front of me up the hill. So seeing that happen, it was kind of sitting in my mind, and I'm like, that could be me if I don't get this right. That could be me if I don't get this right. Like, it's a very intimidating hill.
It is.
And we are just into the final 10 seconds before we get underway. I think there is a formation lap. I've not been updated with that. It is only a 25% race, but I mean, getting the tyres up to temperature, getting yourself sorted into the best possible position for the race start. I mean, the formation lap will be fundamentally important for that. Original, are we in the lobby? Have we got any information?
They've just done qualifying, so I just have to reload my game up. I'm now just loading into the session, so hoping I can get back in. I know they've done quali, so I'm going to find out who got pole in a second. So I'll bring you back up to speed when I forget all that.
No worries. It is going to be Jamham leading the way on a formation lap. There is only 11 laps in this race, and Looking at the tyre strategy as well, majority of them sticking with the softs. Tooman qualified in the top 10 in the medium, so he'll have to start on those tyres. Callum, Neelix, Lewis, Clock, and Sexy? Is that how you say that? Sexy? Sexy 9?
Where are we looking at
Is that how you say it?
Oh, sexy.
Right
I
at
suppose it is. Yeah, it's a yeah, good spelling of it. It's yeah, that's gonna be sexy. Well, so yeah, I think you might be saying sexy quite a lot today, then, Riggs.
Oh, definitely nothing. It's I mean I do like how clever some folk can be with their gamer tags and how they can just like bypass like certain like regulations. Because I'm assuming you wouldn't be able to have the proper spelling of that in your name in any capacity.
That's
so,
right. Yeah, to try and get around the limitations that the Xbox is going to put on there. But no, looking at the tires, I think we've got so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on starting on medium. So going, but I think Tooman's going to be really interesting to see how that goes, really, how that strategy goes, because obviously they've got a mandatory 1 pit stop, 1 change of tyre because it's 25%. So yeah, just be really interested with that. So keep an eye on Tooman.
Definitely. I mean, it's a short run into Lassos as well, so he really shouldn't lose too much in terms of going down to turn 1 on the harder tyres. If he can just defend the inside, I'm sure the inside is where the even numbered drivers start. So if he can just keep the inside line, keep it tight, keep it clean, and then it's just going to be a slipstream fest all the way down to turn 5. So it really will just be one continuous big train. So I don't think he might be going. I don't think he'll be going backwards. And if he is, it'll not be by much. Originals, the formation lap is about to finish here. Have we got any information?
Yeah, information is there was an early safety car. There was an incident on the exit, turn 2, with Barlow retiring from the race. Basically, I didn't see the contact, but caused a major safety car. Everyone is now in the pits for their first pit stop of the day, pit for the mediums for the early stop. At the moment, I think it was Ham Gem who was on pole with his teammate JH in second.
Sorry, Original, I need to cut you off because we're getting the 5 lights on here. We'll come back to you before the start, and you can give us an update. I'm trying to get a good camera angle. The 5 lights are on, and it's Jam Ham on the left, and it's Smoke on the right, and we've got a few drivers looking to have jumped the start, and we've already got one disqualified in the name of Liam after a severe collision there, so he'll not be going anywhere off the start, but I think everybody's got away through relatively cleanly there. Is
Tooman's dropped to 16th now, so his Liam's out.
So Liam is officially disqualified. There's 2, maybe even 3 wide going into Eau Rouge. It's not going to end well if you're going to go side by side, but that's exactly what's happened to Neelix, as he's nearly hit the wall there. He tapped somebody on the way up the hill, and he's able to keep it out the wall, but it is Sexy that is leading, even though that's entirely untrue. He did start at the back, so him to lead getting into turn 5 on the first lap would be nothing short of a miracle there, but it is Jam Ham leading. If he Smoke, Wiggy, Mex is up a few places as well. Get the position changes up. He's actually up 2 places. Beast went backwards. I think he got a bit of a tailspin on the exit of turn 1, and he's lost a few places to the newcomers, so that's not a good start for him. But everybody from 6 down to P11 is up a few places.
Ranga had a massive start. I mean, 9 positions. He was on fire on that start. He finished. What did he start? Yeah, he must have started. Where is he now? No, 18. So 18. Yeah. So what gym he's going to be coming through? What tyres has he started on? Just looking now, so he's on soft, so he will have to stop at the same time. Can't use strategy as a way to push himself forward. But no, great start, and Nicky nearly lost it up Eau Rouge, and Tooman, what a shame for him. Done well in the qualifying, but just a real big shame for him. His strategy's out the window completely now.
Definitely, the medium tyres really kind of just working out there from the start as well. I didn't really see start too clearly, but as soon as I seen you saying he was doing like 16th on the exit of Lassos, I was like, really, I was like, in the nicest way, I was like, I don't know how it could have went that bad. I don't know if he get caught up in any kind of melee, but he is 8 seconds off the back of the pack, so I'm assuming there is some damage picked up along the way.
Yeah, and we've got side by side going through Resource, Spawn GTI and Neelix going side by side. Hang on. Oh no, I lagged back, sorry. I don't know what's going on with my thing.
The telemetry normally plays up. It's normally about the third lap that it starts to
That was it.
filter
Okay.
in. It starts to work out. Honestly, see when it comes to the commentary for just the regular division
Yeah.
races, it is really hard to keep up with the start of the race, and that's kind of like, it kind of does kill it in a sense, because like you kind of see like it's like when you seen like Sexy like up in P1 after like 5 turns, even though he was last. It's kind of like, right, we know that's not true, but you just immediately focus on what's there and you just say it anyway. As we've got a few drivers going wide, we've got Nicky.
Ranga,
Oh, and that's
Ranga
him. That's Ranga away.
Oh, he lost it. I don't know the names of these turns, but he lost it through the fast left-hander. Oh, and just got collected by someone as well. So, yeah, that's Ranga out.
Oh, Neelix Tay, Steve-O, Neelix Tay. I don't know if he's hit Ranga on the way
I
down.
think he
Neelix
did.
is out as
Someone
well.
did catch Ranga. Yeah, I was on board with Ranga, and he was facing the wrong way. Someone caught just caught his left wheel onto Ranga's left wheel, and yeah, that must have been Neelix then. Oh, what a shame.
And we're under safety car conditions, and I think this is effectively going to be a blessing for the soft runners, as everybody is just diving into the pits. I mean, we could have seen it coming. I seen the truck going yellow. I had to pause the game because the safety car didn't come up. But with an incident like that, I mean, the game, if the safety car didn't come out for that, then I think there'd be a lot of eyebrows being raised.
Yeah.
So everybody's coming in. That also gives Tuman a reprieve as well.
It does,
Think about
yes.
that as well. Like, so.
And he's pitting.
8
He's
laps
going to
to
be
the end.
fast. He's going to be fast as well on the softs. So, but I wonder if that's the only thing with this game. Oh, there we go. We got 2. I was going to say about double stacking. I didn't know because you don't know who your teammate is. So everyone piled in the
I
pits.
know, exactly,
I wondered whether there was some double stacking going on.
It's just, and I'm just looking at the pit crews as well. It's just like the Stig's just cloned his cell, and that's everybody's pit crew.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's just the Stig doing your tyres.
Yeah, generic white. Can't go wrong with generic white.
Also, I'll quickly briefly mention this, but like as you were saying, Two-Man will be quick on the softs, which he has went onto the softs, 8 laps, and there's going to be at least 2 of them under safety car conditions, so 6 laps at racing pace.
That's it.
With soft tyres, but Nicky and Clock don't really seem to see it that way as they've went onto the hards.
Have they? Ooh, that's. I'm not sure whether that's a 25% base. I don't know. I mean, this can be hard on tyres, because it's such a long lap. 6 laps is probably the equivalent to about 9 or 10 laps in a normal Grand Prix. So you would expect that to be doable, really.
Oh, definitely. I feel like, tyre management and the 25% races are a lot easier than the 50. I would definitely say. Like, there's not really too much you really need to think about. Like, 25% races are kind of like 20 minutes, 25 minutes at most. But the safety car will add a few minutes onto that as well. But interesting choice to go in the hards. But that really does just mean they're going to be sitting ducks, in my opinion. The delta time between medium and hard is quite high as well, so
yeah, I think you're right.
They'll be. I was going to say if they get points, but I'm just remembering that it is points for first into the last runner, which will be Merckx in 16th. As 4 is already retired, which means they'll not be getting points.
Yeah, I think they're going to hit a double whammy as well, because I think they're going to struggle to warm their tyres up compared to the fresh mediums and the fresh softs. And also, they're going to have such bad traction out of the source to go up the hill where everyone can just kind of get a better run and just stay behind, keep it tidy. And they should have a lot better pace on the straight. So I think they're going to be hit double whammy. I think Nicky especially. I mean, Clark, he's only got 1 behind, so we shall see. But later on in the race, you never know. It might pay dividends. With a couple of laps to go if they can stay close. So yeah. It's interesting.
Definitely, and Clock's actually back in now that we mentioned that, Steve-O. I think he's decided that the hards are probably a bit too conservative a tyre choice.
I wonder if he's going back on the mediums. I wonder if that's his way of staying on the mediums.
Oh, that could be a shout. That could be a shout. He'll have more than enough
soft
time to
now.
come up to the back of the pack anyway.
No, he's going on softs. I think he's. I'm just curious because I wonder why he put softs on. Obviously, he just made a mistake and reconsidered. Thought, no, that's it. That's not the side to be on.
I think that is the right choice. But while we're under safety car conditions, we'll get Original in for a update in Melbourne. What's the strategy there? What's the story there?
The story is carnage. absolute carnage. We go through, basically, we restart after the safety car on lap 4, and it was literally gunzo all out. Everyone wanted it. Was literally a top 6 battle between the OGs, because the likes of Freeman, Scott, and Nedclaw didn't pit. They were all on fresh tyres. Well, basically, they were on the original tyres we started on. They were on mediums. I think Scott's was on the softs, whereas Ham Jam, JH, they all pitted, and they jumped back to round 5th, 6th. The whole top 6 were OGs, and then 7th or 8th were Race Roll and Check This Out. We're challenging them, and literally, they just, once they restarted after the safety car, they literally went full blast around lap 4. Overtaking. The guys in the mediums were really struggling to the guys in the softs. And the fresh mediums. So the guys who stayed out on the old mediums. And then there was the incident between Zydrad and 6 other drivers on the exit at turn 2, because somebody took the exit road on turn 1 and literally just came across the track and just took it off the field out. At the moment, our retirements are Owen, McCowan, and Barlow. We're only 7 laps in.
And you're only 7 laps in. How many laps is Australia in? 25%? It's about 15 laps.
15 laps, yeah.
So you're smack bang in the middle then. But anyway, we greatly appreciate the update. We are about to get underway as Jam Ham will be leading us away. We've literally kind of timed that to perfection because the safety car is just coming back in. Jam Ham's still looking like to try and get some heat in his tyres. As he is wiggling down to the bus stop, and he's got Smoke in close company as well.
I was going to say,
Wiggy's still in P3, which is a strong shout, but quickly, Steve, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I wonder if Smoke's going to play the rear gunner and defensive. Oh, that's Wiggy. What's happened to Wiggy?
He just, I think he got a bit of a wiggle. He got a bit of a wiggle on the exit of the bus stop, and the next thing I knew, I'd just seen his blue car just darting off to the left-hand side, and I thought, with the momentum that he had, I thought he was going to slap the wall, but I definitely don't see any carbon fibre falling off the car at the front, so he is still in the race, and he's not lost too many places, he's only done 2, but I mean, it's still a strong P5 at the moment, but he is going to be overtaken by Bennett doing this big straight, and he's going to get the slipstream for Stokes as well, so that's a double whammy for little Wiggy there. He first spins, well, half spins and loses control of the car on the exit at the bus stop on the restart, and secondly, he loses another place down the straight. So really not the best restart there for Wiggy, but before Wiggy cut us off, Steve, what were you going to...
Well, no, he kind of ruined what I was going to say, because I was going to say I wonder if Stokes going to play rear gunner and protect Jam's lead for the points for the original guys, but Wiggy kind of put paid to that himself.
Lewis is away as well, Steve. Sorry, just to divert the conversation again. Lewis is away on Poo on as well, and he kind of threw it into a half spin, didn't he hit the wall, but it was enough to lose him a few places there. Jester, as you were saying, had a good strong qualifying. He's doing 14th on the mediums, and he's going to have Merckx and Clock for close company as they're both on the softs. Two man's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. I don't really see any yellow flags, I don't know if it's just a glitch in the game. I'm on board with Sam, who's in P10. He's right behind Spawn GTI, who's right behind Nicky. So, as you were saying, Nicky will have a real struggle trying to keep the drivers behind, and I think he is already creating like a bottleneck as there's a wee train starting to form. He's already 1.6 seconds behind Silly Bunny in P7, so he's losing a few places there as Bennett is scopes for P4.
I was just watching Bennett. I was just watching Bennett there, and he just cruised up, took on the inside, and just outbroke himself a little bit. And Bennett just kind of crept up on the inside, so nice clean move really. And Bennett, who's doing really well this season, I've got to say, the fellow McLaren boy like us, he's now pushed.
To represent.
Yeah, but he's now, for the new guys, he's in the top position. Gonna have to try and put some pressure onto Beast Assassin.
Definitely, I think now that he's got some clear air, Beast Assassin isn't really. He's no. Keeping up with Smoke and Jam as they're starting to kind of just slowly edge away. It's a 1.8 second gap between second and third, so maybe Bennett will see Beast there just kind of on his own and just kind of like treat him like prey, as to speak. So
maybe.
I think he'll just try and hunt him down now and know that Beast will only have the benefit of any big slipstream through Blanchimont into the bus stop, or will he have down to the Kemmel. So I think Bennett might try and kind of take that in his stride. So he's already 1.2. I mean, a strong final sector could get him into real touching distance here, Steve. Well, we know how long the drivers are on the throttle. It's a good mile and a bit for turn 1 down to turn 5 at the end of the DRS straight at the top of the hill. So there could be a real opportunity here for Bennett and for Scopes and Wiggy and Silly Bunny as well, as they're all in close company as well. Like, the newcomers are really coming with a bit of aggression here.
They are.
And we've actually got some chat action as well. Original's just messaged in the chat as well, saying Australia so far 15 races left after 8 laps in. Ham Jam leading with JH and P2. So the Jam and Ham brothers both leading the first birthday races of 2. The second race, it'll still be Belgium, but we'll have the second grid in for this race at Spa. And Original once again will be keeping us up to date about what happens in Melbourne. So we'll keep you up to date and tune with that. The chat has been quite quiet. We've got currently got 11 viewers, but 11 viewers are just showing their support, and we'll have everybody watching it once the races are done anyway. So we've got the support of the community there as Silly Buddy decides to take a good bit of the curb through turn 6.
Oh, we got side by
Bunny
side.
can
It's Lewis and Sem. I think Lewis has just taken him. Yeah, Lewis has got it. He's held it through top of well, at the end of the straight there on the right left, they were side by side, but no, Lewis positioned the car perfectly, just kept it on the inside, and was always going to have the upper hand going into that last right-hander.
And Sem as well. I think Sem was lagging quite a bit for me there. Merckx runs wide through the through Puon, but I think
he is.
Lewis OD was just making the move work into turn 6, as you were saying, at the top of the straight, and we've got yellow flag, and that's for Tuman at the back of the field. He's really not been having the best race. He's got a yellow flag out there in Puon. So the medium strategy didn't work. The soft strategy doesn't seem to be working either. So I don't think there will be a safety car, even if there is an incident this late in the race. I think it is late for a full safety car to come out and
Bennett's in DRS territory. He's within 7 tenths. So let's see how it takes turn 1, see if he can get up behind. He's got no ERS, so very little. So,
and talking about ERS as well, Beast's still got 60% worth of ERS there, so I think he'll have a healthy energy battery there to defend way up the straight into turn 5. But I mean, the DRS and the slipstream is a very powerful combination. We'll see how effective it really is here. Beast will be using his ERS to defend, and even with Bennett on literally 2%, he's closing in massively.
He did close the gap. Maybe just now he's going to try and just get off that ERS button, that overtake button, and build it back up, ready for another go on the next lap. He's only got, 3 more straights to go to have a go at, so we should see.
And talking about the newcomers again, Steve-O, we've got Bunny up in P5 as well. He's made some gains. He overtook Little Wiggy on the straight just behind Bennett 3 seconds down the road. So Bunny as well, when we know how quick he can be. He had a really strong showing in Singapore just on Friday night there, with a very stellar pole time, as well as, like, I would genuinely say elite level race pace. So he really has been up in his game in the last few races with what we've seen. So we could see him even getting into this battle as well.
Well, Bunny's since he came in the league, he's always had a good pace, but I think he's adding a bit of racecraft to it as well, and I think he's definitely looking strong this season, doing well. As Bennett's even closer this time than he was last lap, so he was 7 tenths last lap, he's now 6 tenths going around the last chicane, so if he's got any, he hasn't really saved much ERS again. No, ERS is low again.
If he can manage his ERS, like, I mean, I would always kind of think when I use ERS, you would use it in the lower gears, and then when you kind of hit like 7th gear, you try and save it again, because it's really the higher the gear, I feel the less effective it is. But Bennett just kind of decided to chuck everything in the kitchen sink at it, as he's got the overtake button on again, and I don't think he'll be close enough this time around either. I don't think he will be, but I think something that might be is going to be Spawn. It goes up the inside of Scopes into turn 5. We're going to see it for the broadcast camera. Does he make the move stick? He does. But is Scopes going to try and get it back? Of course he'll try and get it back, but is he going to go for a lunge into Rivage? Spawn defends the inside. Scopes has to go the long way around if he wants to make a move work. But Spawn does really well there to cover it and defend the inside in Scopes, getting a bit of a drift on through no name. But that's Scopes losing a place to Spawn there as well. So newcomer overtaking newcomer. I'm seeing blue and I'm seeing white and I'm seeing gold and I'm seeing black and I'm seeing. I ken like the four colours and what they're associated with, but you kind of still forget. I'm so used to saying like Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull,
Yeah, I know, that's it.
like whatever car. It's so weird to see it as like the way it is, but I quite like that in a sense. It's very unique because it allows us to do events such like this.
Yeah, it reminds me of the lockdown events we did. We did a fair few lockdown events, obviously with everyone at home and not doing anything. And this is emulating one of them lockdown events that we did. I will say Bennett's closer, but I wonder if Beast Assassin's running a little bit less wing, because Bennett, even with no ERS, should be making more headway. And Beast just seems to have a lot of straight line speed. So I wonder if he's just running slightly less wings, maybe.
Definitely, I feel like Beast he's kind of closing in on Smoke as well. Smoke's completely, Jamham's just dropped Smoke, left him for dust as it's a 2.8 second gap, so Jam's kind of built out a fairly comfortable lead in the late stages. Bennett, I mean, is he using, he's not even using his overtake, so I'm generally kind of inclined to believe that Beast could be running skinnier wings to maximise his straight line speed, because Bennett does keep the pace through Sector 2, and Sector 2 is quite hard to follow in the dirty air.
It is, yeah, and very technical.
Exactly, so I feel like maybe Bennett is kind of running a bit of a higher wing at the front to combat the dirty air through here, but it is a big sacrifice considering that Sectors 1 and 3 are just big massive straights.
Yeah, just having a look at Nicky with his hard tyres. He's falling right back to 12th. Yeah, definitely the wrong call there. I think Clock moved up to 10th, so definitely made the right move. Sorry, yeah, carry on.
Oh, and we've got Lewis in the wall and Nicky as well. No, Nicky, sorry, it's no, it was Nicky. And we've got Jester in the wall as well. It's kind of all kicking off at Puon. I was trying to scroll through as you were talking about Nicky, and then I seen somebody kind of going off it. On, and I kind of just skipped by it, and I think that was Lewis because he was his rear wing was basically in the wall, so
yeah.
I think that was him that I saw going off at Puon, so he's lost massively there as well. Nicky still keeping himself in P10, but he's going to put pressure under Merckx. Merckx managed to just escape the melee, but are we seeing Bennett any closer to
we are
we going to see a final run?
I think we're going to see it, but like we've alluded to, it looks like Beast had a brilliant run out of turn 1 there. It's such a great exit. I don't think he's got enough. I don't think he's close enough at all. He hasn't got any ERS again.
Oh, so he's running on fumes there, and he's still got 24%. He's not even thinking about using it. He's just saving it. He's doing a really exceptional job in terms of ERS management here. But now Bunny's right on the back of Bennett as well. So Bennett might need to start looking in his mirrors rather than focusing what's in front of him. As Bunny is definitely making a late charge as he's caught himself right up into the back of this pack as well. It is for the final podium place. Penalties can play a part. We've not really kept up to date with that. We like to keep the suspense, so we never know this is the final. These are just unofficial as we see it, but it looks to be Jam. You look at one sector left, and it definitely looks to be him that could be taking the checkered flag here in Spa for the first of 2 races here. That isn't a curse. We know how effective and powerful it can be here
He's,
in SLR.
I think he's got it there, but no, quick shout out to Clock though. Filello was last, pitted twice, didn't he? Was last after the safety car, and he's pushing stuff up to 8. So great job for quick comeback drive for Clock.
Definitely, it's been a drive of proper fire as he tries to get himself back and get a decent points haul for the LOs as well as the OGs. But it is Jamham. We did miss him coming across the line, so we apologise for that. We kept up with Bunny because Bunny was right on the back of Bennett, and we were going to see if there was going to be anything to materialise for that. But it is Jamham that does take a checker flag here. It is smoking P2, and Beast keeps the podium after a exceptional job in ERS management and keeping Bennett at bay for the final few laps. So stellar drive and defending from him. Bennett does does really well for the newcomers up in P4 and representing Division 2. Bunny in P5. Another strong showing for him. He can have to cut his way through the field as well. Wiggy in P6, Spawn 7, Clock, as you were saying. There, Steve-O, making his way back for the literally the back of the grid up to P8. Solid points haul. Same as Merx. He was at the back as well in P9. Nicky manages to get P10, and the results are away from me, but we'll get the final 6 results. Final 6 finishers. Before we get the new lobby in, but original, what's been the story? We've kind of zoned you out for the last wee bit there. There was quite a few bits going on here at Spa, but what's happened at Melbourne?
Well, no, after basically that major incident, there's not really been that much battle, really. Been more solid cruising from after that. There's been a few overtakes here and there. There was a good battle overtake between Zydrad and Zaki Beast for P5. There was a major incident for Hypers. He was dominating for P4, but he made quite a lot of mistakes. Dropped him down to P5. Race Roller overtaking him, and then he made a huge hiccup on the centre corner on the exit. Got the power better too early, and it sent him in the wall. You're not lucky enough to recover, but you dropped into the pits, dropped into P13. So unlucky from him. There was basically a battle for the lead of between Hamjam, who led most of the race, and Freeman. He was on the different tyre strategy to Hamjam, who was on the mediums, to Freeman, who was on the softs. But lap 14, Freeman just showed you I had the pace to overtake. Took him on lap 14 and led the rest of the race. Took the win for him. Congratulations to our top 3, who were Freeman, Hamjam, and JH for the OGs, leading the podium battle race.
Oh, it's a brilliant start for the OGs as they got a 1-2-3 here as well, and the names are Jam, Smoke, and Beast. So OGs really off to a flyer at the front of the field. Was there any, just quickly before we get the new crop in, was there any standout drivers or performances that caught your eye?
Standout performance, probably Freeman, promoting from 14th on the grid to win the race.
In Melbourne?
In Melbourne, yeah. A couple of probably Zach Beast, comparing him to what he is in Division 2 to the guys who are in the elite divisions. But you got P5. After penalties at the end, promoted him up from Zydra. Not really, because there was 2 safety cars which were the major cause. We didn't see the likes of Barlow have a chance. He has some pace. I remember seeing him racing. Flying Lemon, he just struggled. But, again, probably my standout performance was Freeman.
So Freeman's definitely going to be your driver of the race.
Driver of the race for this one.
Martian, I never even asked. Steve-O, so Freeman's
Hello.
got driver of the day, driver of the race for Melbourne in grid 2. Yes, that's grid 2. So we're getting grid 2 next. So we're getting a new class of drivers for Spa again. I think we need to leave this lobby.
Yeah, we'll wait for the invite and we'll go over there. What driver of the day? Well, the game gave it to Silly Bunny on my screen anyway. But for me, I think Jam. I mean, God, really controlled it. Just showed quality. Controlled it. Safety car, no hassle. I don't think he had too much pressure off Smoke. I don't think Smoke was going to push him for, and risk them both going out. But Bennett had a really solid race. Clock had a really solid race. So yeah, for me, Jam or Bunny, yeah, I think them two definitely worthy of the driver of the day consideration for that race for me.
Definitely, I feel like Jam had a really strong commanded performance at the front. I don't think he didn't even lose the lead at any point because the safety car came out early and they all pitted behind him, so he came out effectively in the lead as well. So the lead was not lost for Jam at all. The only thing missing for the Grand Slam is the fastest lap, which did go to Tumans, so I think that'll be his saving grace. And just kind of like trying to keep a bit of pride, bit of confidence. We know Two-Man can be really quick on his day, so and it just really wasn't meant to be. But the fastest lap point will definitely be some form of comfort, especially with points being awarded all the way down to the final finisher. So it's definitely no to waste like it would be in the original rule set.
Yeah, that's right.
But while we're waiting on our invite, is there anything we really want to talk about in terms of the birthday event, or you want to read through some messages?
I'm gonna read. Yeah, I'm gonna read. It's funny you said that. I've just brought them up. I'm gonna read a couple of messages that was on Discord, just because it is our birthday weekend. Oh, our birthday week. Our birthday today. Oh, we've got an invite off Ham, so just quickly move over before I start reading. Yeah. So we had a lot of great. Messages off. From an LO point of view, it's great to hear how much people love the league and really enjoy it. So I've got a couple of messages. One, SLR Dodgy. Happy birthday, SLR. Back in May, I was just a casual online lobby player with a little online experience. I had never really heard about league racing, nor did I think I would be of standard good enough to compete. Most of my time on F1 was usually spent on career modes, and in March/April I decided to venture more into online lobbies. Then early May a message pops up from SLR Gareth asking if I league raced. At the time I thought, who's this random asking me if I league race? I didn't realise I had been racing in the same lobby as him. Anyway, the conversation went from there. I had a test and was brought under the SLR wing. To be honest, never looked back. Was the best thing I've ever done, and the people I've met virtually through Xbox and Facebook has opened up a whole new world to me. This isn't just a great league setup, but it's like a big family that we never meet. It's now my release from life each weekend. What a league SLR is. I think that sums it up, really. I think that's what it is for a lot of people. I think we've tried to make it a friendly family, or like kind of, we all try and get on. We all try and nip any arguments straight in the bud. I think that's what we always push for. So, no, really happy with that. And thanks, Dodgy, for that great message on there, really.
I did see everybody pulling their heart out and kind of saying how much the league meant to them, and like the impact that it's had on their life, and just generally for something to kind of pass the time, something to kind of get themselves engaged with, like familiarised with, like if like folk that the league is mainly about folk that love Formula One, and that's their main strength and bond is the love that we have for motor racing. So. And that's kind of what unites us. But as you said, like it's more than just a league. It's like a community, and like the community can have like its differences and like kind of different ideas and everything else. But at the end of the day, like we're all just a big group of pals, really. Like we've kind of grew to just kind of like respect it, and we've grew to love everybody. It's been a part of SLR either for the start or it has come in for season 1 through to 5, which we're on our 5th season currently. Is there any? Well, we could do like maybe like one main message. We get the qualifying underway. If
one more,
any like short and sweet ones there.
Well, there's a few. There's a few ones, but I was trying to find yours actually to see what you put.
Oh, mine. I'll do mine at the end.
Oh, you're right. Okay, but no. While I got you. You're like you say, you're a late runner, but you actually came in, offered your services as a commentator, and kind of has joined from there. You found it.
I mean, I've really enjoyed my time here. Like, I really started kind of doing my commentating in another league, and then I get picked up for another league that Jam and Ham were in, and then I was made aware that SLR were looking for additional commentators, and I'd heard that Ham and Jam had put my name forward, and then the next thing I knew I was asked if I wanted to come in and be a part of the community, and I was like, right, okay, what's like the conditions, like so I could work it round, because I didn't really know what the structure was. I barely knew, and I barely knew the league. I was quite sheltered in the league racing community because I was only focused on the one league racing and then one for commentating. So like I didn't really kind of look around. But when I heard SLR were like, we'd want to take you as a commentator and just kind of see how it goes and everything else, and I was like, all right, cool, because I love commentating. I still love commentating. I think it's. I mean, don't get me wrong, my accent is going to be quite hard for most days to try and decipher, but at the end of the day, like...
it's not a problem.
The support is massively appreciated. It's absolutely monumental, so I can't thank everybody enough for their love and support when they hear me on the Division 3 races, but I joined mainly as a commentator. Quickly got myself reacquainted because I knew I had some of my friends in here for other leagues, and I was quickly familiarised with like some of the names, like Jam Ham, like Midzi was another name I've raced with him. Mex is the same. Ryan, like most of the elite boys, I've raced with in other leagues. And then I knew Zydrad because he commentated in another one, and then he was in here as well. So because he commentated other races that I used to do in another league, and then I dropped it and then came here. Speaking of Zydrad, he's just retired, so his qualifying sessions no went too great. I was mainly I had my heart fully intent on just being a commentator, and then season 5 came, and I was kind of like I remember Owen had came up to me because he was the Division 1 admin at the time, and he was like, "There's a seat opened up. Do you want to drive?" Like, because I'd asked for a test just to like kind of see like where I'd fit in, and they were like, "Oh, you're Division 1 pace," and I'm like, "Oh, that's decent." And then I looked at Division 1, and I was like, "Oh, boy, these boys are quick. These boys are too quick for me. I think I'm in the wrong one." And then Owen had said like, "There's a car available if you want it," and this was just after Bahrain. Bahrain Division 1, it kind of went pear shaped to put it simply. And Owen was like, "Do you want to drive?" And I was like, I was originally going to say no because I didn't feel like I had the time to do it. And then I was kind of like, I was going to say F it, but I mean, you'll know what I mean. I'm like, all right, I'll drive and just kind of see how it goes. And I was like, right, what car is it? And he was like, oh, it's the McLaren. I'm like, oh,
that's it.
So I was like,
sold.
can't say no to that. Sold.
Yeah,
There
that's
sign.
it.
Honestly, see
well,
when
no,
the driver draw comes again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll have to try and. Well, as long as you're in there, mate. No, but that's the good thing. That's you know, I mean, we were so grateful that because you are a great commentator, and we were so grateful that you come and have a look, and you thought, I'm happy to do this, and you did it, and it was really good. And now being a driver as well is great because you kind of like properly in the league. In all aspects, and it's great. But no, looking at that qualifying though, there's a lot of disqualification, so we'll forget about that one. But we're gonna have some fast guys coming through. I mean, Freeman only qualifying 9th, Ned qualifying 7th, really good for him. Hicklin 5th, Barlow 4th, Zach is Beast 3rd. So a lot of Div 2 drivers there up near the top. So should be really interesting. Ham Jam down in 14th.
And the winner in Melbourne in Grid 2 is going to be starting 14th, and he's the only one to have no time next to his name. The rest were disqualified. Half the field disqualified on no set of time. So that's a big stark difference between what happened in Grid 1 and what we got in Grid 2. But again, I think the same rule will apply. A formation that will be going to be undertaken a bit darker here than it was in the Grid 1 race, but we'll pass over to original. What's the story in Albert Park?
We just crossed the line as we just finished qualifying, and our 2 minutes on the top of the pole. With I think Jam Hammer in second. So skip past this as it just flew by. But yeah, 2 minutes on pole. Jam Ham in second. By 0.031, followed by Ranger in third. Smokes, Mercs, Silly Bunny, SLR Liam, Nicky, Spawn, and Callum rounded out the top 10. Wiki, Beast Assassin, Craft, Neelix rounded out the times, and then disqualification of Bennett, Clock, Lewis, Sem, and Scopes not setting a time, and the rest was disqualification.
So, Tuman on pole. I think he'll definitely be looking to just try and repair some of the damage, and I mean that kind of goes back to that idea. Like, he is extremely quick. He's won a few races in Division 1. He's even managed to get his cell into the championship hunt as well. I mean, it looks to me, I keep going back to Division 1 mainly because like I know everything that's kind of happening in it, but it seems to be anybody's game at this point. So Two-Man really showing some exceptional pace once again. And prime position for a win because Albert Park's no a place for overtaking.
No, not really.
But we have got JH on pole here. It is Dylan, Zach is Beast as the top three, and that looks to me, for what I'm seeing in the colour chart on the left, it's an OG newcomer, OG. That's your top five. Looking at league owners as well, like Gareth and Scott, 10th and 13th, so in the middle of the field. But the only bad thing about being in the middle of the field is I think that's the red zone for just general race starts. I don't think you really want to be there, but I mean, if the race isn't as chaotic as it was at the start of last in Grid 1, then we could definitely see them making their way up to the front.
There's a lot of different strategy as well, looking at it now. JH starting on the soft, so he should pull away right from the start. Dylan in second on mediums, and then you got third on Jack's Beast on soft, and then Barlow on mediums. So top four, completely different strategies. That's going to be more interesting than, say, the first race where it was the top 9. But yeah, looking like a lot more medium runners, a lot more people opting for the medium to make the start, really. So yeah, should be interesting.
Definitely, and like even like drivers like Dylan and the mediums right at the front of the field as well, so they can definitely prove to be hassle for the drivers that are on the softs further down the field. So definitely be interesting to see how this goes. But we're going to get Cooper Benz into the final grid slot there. The green flag is waving, so the 5 lights should be literally a few moments. I've got a really far angle for the 5 lights, but we're still getting the 5 lights either way. There we go. The 5 lights are coming on. We're at 3, we're at 4, we're at the 5th and final light. The lights are on, and now they're going to go off, and we're going to go racing here in Spa for the second time tonight, as we've got Zydrad. I don't know why Zydrad's at the front. I'm sure he didn't qualifying pole, but it is JH getting away, as you said, Steve-O, there on the soft tyres. Looks to be getting knows much carbon fibre fleeing off in the mid pack there. Anything we're seeing at the front, we've got like the timing sheets have completely changed shape. But I think Barlow's going up a few places as well. He's up into P3, and there's a yellow flag at sector 1, and that's an OG that's went off because the gold dots went off at the back. That looks to be, it says Hickling, but
big crash.
I don't think it is.
Big crash to the back. Zydrad, I think. Someone, no, not Zydrad.
Oh.
I just saw a big crash right at the back.
Oh, and it's McKeon and Check's retired. That's McKeon at the back of the field. Hickling was the one that went off at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Top of Eau Rouge. He's down in 16th, and that's only the VSC. Like, that's only a VSC.
Yeah.
Like, absolute mayhem down the straight. I didn't even see any of that. I was too busy focusing on Barlow and Zach's Beast going side by side at the front.
It looked like check this out was side. No, it looked like McKeon was lost it up over Rouge and went sideways on the straight, and check this out, and Hickling both collected him by the looks of what I saw. I saw it from Zydrad's view, so kind of in the distance, but that's how it looked to me. But yeah, bit of a shame. But Barlow up to second, so looking really strong on the mediums. So yeah, it's swapped. So JH holding first and Zach's Beach holding third, but Barlow swapped with Dylan by the looks of it.
Pretty much more or less how that story goes. Steve-O, Dylan didn't really look to get the best start either, but Barlow just kind of coming out of nowhere, almost ninja-like, and he's up into P2. He was under massive pressure.
Someone's gone.
As we've got
Hypers
is
is gone. Yeah, just went sideways and he's out by the looks of it.
And we've got Freeman and Zydrad going side by side through Blanchimont, as Zydrad's going to have the inside into the bus stop. Freeman got to try and hold around the outside, side by side still again, as we see Zach diving out the pits. Freeman is taking the place of Zydrad, gives him a wee nudge on the exit up to the line, and it's going to be the start of the lap. Zydrad will have the inside and into La Sauce, but Freeman's trying to put him off on the braking, but Zydrad once again just holding firm on the inside. That's Medclaw in front. He'll be proven to be a massive mechanic.
Close your eyes.
As they got to go side by side. This is intense. Zydrad and Freeman. Oh, they've touched, but they're still facing the right way. Zydrad's tucked into the slipstream. Nedclaw in front. Freeman will just have to settle for tucking in. Flying Lemons get a penalty for a collision up the top of the hill.
Great driving.
I don't know what's happened there. It's a full safety car this time.
Wow, that's... I had to shut my eyes through that one. That was reminiscent of Webber and Alonso back in 2011, 2012. Yeah, but great driving, great skill shown by both the drivers all the way through the chicane, first corner, and then yeah, who's going to blink first, who's going to brake first up Eau Rouge by the looks of it, and no one wanted to give an inch.
See, I love just how daring some of the drivers can be, but I'll tell you right now, that could never be me. I would never want to do that. Get up there. I hate doing it myself. Never mind with somebody else.
Yeah. I can't get up there on my own. Maybe I need someone. Maybe I need someone by the side to bounce off to keep me on the track.
Exactly. Keep you in the straight and narrow.
That's
but,
it. Gareth and Ned. Sorry, quick shout out to the three guys. Gareth and Ned up to 4th and 5th. Brilliant. Great start. That's good to see.
And I mean, I'm trying not to toot the McLaren horn, Steve, up with McLaren 2-5.
Yes,
but,
yeah. That's what we like.
Representing again.
Absolutely.
Are we going to see the same idea? Are we going to see them pitting under the safety car? I feel like the medium runners might
the softs should
dealt a bad hand here.
I think the
softs will probably come in.
I think they need to. Yep. Ned and Gareth both in. By the looks of it. Is JH in as well? So Barlow in as well. Yep. They're all in.
Everybody's in. Everybody's coming in.
So are we going to see some hard runners then? Because surely, I mean, by the time safety goes in, you're talking 6 laps. So yeah, could be okay again actually. Because you're probably talking another two laps between the safety car. Maybe just this lap.
Oh, and a flying lemon's left. I don't know if he's decided or not. We'll try and.
I'll see if I can get him back
in.
Yeah.
That might be the job for you. Hamjam chooses to stay out in the soft, Steve, but while we're getting a flying lemon back in and we're under safety car conditions, we'll jump to Melbourne. Big massive leap there between Belgium and Australia, but we'll go and see what Original's got to say to it.
Oh my god, well, you're under a safety car as well. So away. It was carnage. It's right at the start of the race. Silly Bunny, basically didn't start. His car literally got rammed so far up his rear. His car went flying up in the air, spinning sideways, causing chaos. He lost his front wing, caused major incidents between everyone. Oh my god. The new
just all kicking after there.
New boys are not having a great start. I know Neelix is leading the race, but he didn't pit. So at the moment, Shamham is leading ahead of Tuman on fresh pit stops. And when we're lap 3 in under a safety car.
I'm just looking for.
It's the same story.
Still looking for him. I don't think he's back online. Looking to this.
His AI has put it for the hard, so I feel like he'll probably come back in and change that to mediums or to soft.
What's his
Flying
yeah, no,
318.
I don't think he's back online, to be fair. I can't see him on the friends list, unless he's not on the friends list of the co-coms, which he should be. He'd be top of the list, wouldn't he?
Try and search his name.
Yeah. Good shout. Hang on.
Just go on recent players. That's a bit worse.
See, even if you go to Steve, I've got no timing sheet. My timing sheet
here we
disappeared.
go. Hang on.
Got it.
Right.
Oh, no worries. Where's the Steve? Our job's just got a lot harder for me because see the timing sheet.
Yeah.
It's normally it's normally the left hand side of the screen.
Yeah.
It's gone.
All right, no, it's fine. I just done a stupid thing and pressed the Y button and it disappeared. And I was like, I had no idea where it went. And I was like, oh no, how am I going to do it now?
I just watched it on the stream. I could see it. It's like, where's it gone?
Honestly, man, I was, like my heart just fell out my back end. I was like, oh no, how am I going to do this? How are we going to do this now? I was like, it better be working for you. You might need to take over.
Right, I still can't invite him back for some reason, so I'm still trying.
Oh, see if you press the X button like while you're on the game, you can like go to driver selector and you can select how, and it'll be like view gamer card. I don't know if it'll let you invite them.
No, well it tried.
I don't know if that was the issue. We'll see what we can do. If he comes back online, we'll definitely try and get him back in. But he's still got more than enough time to come back in. Looking at the grand scheme of things here, Steve-O, Zydrad and Owen both up 12 places. And Zydrad on fresh softs, Owen's on fresh mediums, so they're both up 12. So they're the big gainers. Gareth's up 7 as we were discussing earlier. He's had a really strong start. Everybody's pitted, so this is probably us to the end. Dylan lost 4, Hickland's done 2, Hamjam up 5, Zach is beast. It says he's up 7 even though the number's red, but the arrow's green, so that's quite conflicting. And Race Rolls up 4. Big losers, we're seeing Ned Claus down to P12, Lemon down 6. And that's really the only kind of big differences in terms of drivers going backwards in comparison to them going forward. I'll quickly look at the chat because Original Zays gave us an update. Like, there was absolute mayhem in Melbourne, so 2 races in a row we're kind of seeing kind of bit of chaos and a bit of catastrophe down in Albert Park. We've got a bit of chat action. As Mail just Original keeping us up to date through the chat as well, and we'll get him in it when we've got some information there to hear. It's mainly just Original keeping us up to date, to be fair. Just doing his job on the chat as well as keeping us up to date in the booth as well. So once we've got any information about Melbourne, Original will probably keep us up to date as quick as he possibly can. So once he knows, you'll know. But I think we are going back on the racing. Steve-O, JH is backing the pack up as they're all trying to get some heat into their tyres. Steve-O? Original? You hear me?
Yeah, still here.
Right, so Steve-O that I can't hear then. I don't know if Steve-O's just disconnected or he's just put his mic down or whatever.
Probably.
But we'll get Steve-O back in when we hear from him, but we are going to go back to green here as JH has already bolted and he's left Barlow for dust there on the restart there, but Barlow's kind of caught up to him there, especially on the soft tyres, because the tyre differences there. Barlow definitely on the fastest strategy, fastest tyre to the end of the race, so Barlow will definitely be looking punchy. Steve-O has disconnected, so we will get him back in once we can. Zach has left the session. Steve-O hasn't left the session just yet, but we've got Gareth tucked right into the slipstream of Zydrad not really getting the best restart there, but Gareth looks to have backed off a wee bit on the incline up through Eau Rouge, up through Radion, but is it really going to do any damage to trying to overtake Zydrad's slipstream? Is it really too powerful, but is it powerful for Owen to try and make a move into turn 5? Dylan does keep the place. Hicklin up the inside though, does take a look at the curb on the inside of Lacombe, but it's going to push Freeman back, and Owen still keeps P6, and he's really slowing the pack down a wee bit here. Dylan is starting to pull away and edge away just slightly as he looks up and runs wide through Ravage, and he comes on nearly in front of Hicklin, his fellow OG there. Freeman already looking like he's on it like a car bonnet through No Name. Race Rollers up a few places as well as he's up in P8. Owens went down to P9, he's going to have Hamjam for close company there. McKeon is just keeping at the tail end of this as well, and he's already going to have a brilliant run on Hamjam. Is he going to go for it? Hamjam's went really slowly, and I think that might just look to be Hamjam letting him through. Original, can you do me a favour and invite Steve-O back, please? So I'm not disrupting the stream. Cheers. Really appreciate that, Chief. As we've got a battle for the front. Sorry for just scrolling through, but Zydrad's made his way back past Barlow, so I think Barlow's maybe just letting Zydrad go there. I don't know what kind of move it was. I don't know if Barlow was defending it or he was just kind of conceding the place early, but that's going to allow Zydrad to chase JH down for the lead. So it's going to be a newcomer versus an OG, and if Barlow can keep within the slipstream, then Barlow can definitely be double trouble for JH, because Zydrad's going to keep up through Eau Rouge. DRS will be activated during this lap. We've actually got Steve-O back in. Steve-O, did you just disconnect for the Petty, or have you left the game as well? Oh,
Audio. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
no worries.
Yeah, I don't know what it locked me out. It was like a little lock thing.
But, I mean, I didn't see your name disconnect, and I was like, I've not seen you leave the game, so I was
it just locked me out the party. I was talking, and then it was nothing was happening. I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. But how's the race going? So we've still got Trey H up in the lead and Zydrad up in second. Am I reading that right?
Zydrad definitely is up in second. Steve-O,
Wow.
I think he's definitely on the strategy to the end. So Zydrad, who did start just about to get position changes up, he started 16th. Up into P2, and he's challenging for the win.
Well, this is going to be a good second half of the race then, by the looks of it. But no, well, fair play to him. Gareth's still up in 4th. Oh, we love to see that. and he hasn't got Barlow's not too close to him yet, so he's got a little bit of breathing space. Dylan and Gareth, there's a bit of a gap, so what's it, 3 seconds? So I thought nearly 4 seconds. So yeah, but Zydrad and JH, I'll leave it over to you, mate.
Definitely, I feel like it's going to be a battle to the end. It was a newcomer, not newcomer sweep. It was a OG sweep for the podium here in Grid 1's race, but I feel like the battle for the win is going to be much more intense this time around, as JH is going to have Zydrad right underneath his rear wing, tucked up as they go up through the hill. We're on board with JH, looking behind to see Zydrad's light white and blue car. Zydrad does get a bit close to JH on the back there. That'll wiggle there, but he's going to have the DRS. JH will keep it to the right to keep it defensive. Zydrad's on the outside. We bit of a pinch as they both get into turn 5 into Lecom. Zydrad running the outside. JH keeps the inside, and he does tap. And he's spun.
Gone.
He's away. And he's away, and that's going to allow Dylan through as well. And it's going to be Barlow looking to try and get his way past as well, and he's going to be a bit forceful about it as he goes up the inside through turn 7. As they're going to go side by side into the Rivage. JH on the outside, Barlow up the inside. Is he going to run him wide onto the high curb? He is, and Barlow
JH
nearly away again. Oh, he's away.
He's out.
Away. He's away. He's out.
Yeah, he's gone.
And he's away.
He's gone. Oh, from top 2 to out of the race. That's really hard lines. Really unlucky for him. Oh no.
Oh.
So complete change now. Sorry, Riggs. It's we've got 1, 2, 3 as the new guys. So they've suddenly just come from nowhere.
Definitely, I feel like they've just kind of pulled that rabbit out of the hat there. And there isn't even a VSC or safety car to slow the procession down, but it is a newcomer 1, 2, 3, and how they turn tables as it is Zydrad leading for Dylan and Barlow in P3, but I think Barlow might maybe run into a bit of trouble trying to hold that P3 because Freeman is in P4. He's been making some gains. I think Gareth maybe just let Freeman go to chase down Barlow, and maybe Gareth and McKean will just sit and settle for tucking under the rear wing in the slipstream in the DRS and just hope that Freeman kind of tows them along. So Barlow might have it all today, so I feel like we might see a more aggressive, determined defensive drive for Barlow just to keep the final podium place, because what a story it would be to have Grid 1 is the OGs sweeping the podium and then the tables flip in the second race.
Oh, absolutely. And Zydrad away and clear, 8 seconds in the lead, so I don't think he's got a problem. But Barlow and Dylan very close to each other, so if these guys can catch them up, it might be basically from 2nd to 4th. It's going to be a massive fight at the end, the last couple of laps, but Freeman's up behind him now. It's going to be worth watching.
Definitely, I think Freeman, even though he's on the medium tyres, on the harder tyres, he's on the more durable tyre as well, so we could maybe see the soft tyres hit their best and start to decline in performance, but Freeman will definitely no need to worry about that all too much, as he is already within DRS range. Barlow in front. We'll just sit on board with Freeman as he goes through the second sector into turn 13 before Stavolo and Barlow. Freeman might already have a run here, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve was right up close. Steve was driving as well as doing the commentary.
I wish I was that quick.
Yeah, Steve, you do have some strong glimpses. You do have some strong glimpses of pace. Like, you've got a massive fan crowd as well, a fan group as well. So definitely going to have them pushing you along for the extra few tens.
Oh no, but it's even worse when you. It's worse. It's great having people rooting for you, but when you kind of don't deliver, it makes it so much harder to kind of, because you feel like everyone's willing you, I'm willing me, and it just doesn't happen. But yeah, I was going to say Freeman, he doesn't usually need much of a gap to make a move, so we'll see how he goes. But I wonder if Dylan's just slowing down, letting Barlow get some DRS to kind of pull him along, because that's what it seems to be at the moment. So a bit of team play going on.
Definitely looks to be the case. Barlow backed out of that there, so Barlow. But I don't know if there's maybe a wee bit of team, like you were saying, teammanship going on here. Maybe Dylan's just kind of helping Barlow with the slipstream just to tow him along, but as you said, Freeman doesn't need half a chance. Top of half a chance.
No,
he's already up the inside.
Broke himself. Yeah.
And as you were saying, Freeman definitely doesn't need half a chance before he makes the move. He he was formerly known and probably still does go by the name of SLR Dive Bomber, so we definitely know where that name came from.
Absolutely.
So
oh yeah, he
so
doesn't take a
Freeman
lot.
definitely doesn't take a lot for Freeman to go for it. He does like a move late on the brakes. Pretty much like Daniel Ricciardo in real life, we pretty much love to see him going for a lunge, so Freeman's maybe just taking a couple of pages out of his book, and he might have Dillon on the run down to the bus stop as well, so maybe this team play to just tow Ballo along and keep him in P3 hasn't really worked out. I mean, it was really just a matter of Freeman putting Ballo under that pressure. We've seen a puff of smoke coming up for Ballo's brakes, and that was pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah. As if we got Freeman, he's gonna be looking for this now. I think he's showing good straight line speed as well on the last couple of laps I've been following him. So I think this might be a move. Won't be very easy to defend by Dylan, but Dylan had a great run out of that turn one though. So there's a bit of a gap. Freeman's gonna have to put his foot right down to the floor.
His car looked so planted going up the hill as well, Steve, and he's going to have the DRS flap open on the rear wing as well, but his ERS is only at 5%, so I don't think he'll make it. Dillon's already kind of just trying to break the slipstream slightly down the straight anyway. He had more than enough gap between himself and Freeman anyway, so I don't think Freeman would have went for it, but I mean, as Freeman, he probably would have went for it if I said he's not going to go for it, and then he goes for it, so but Dillon looks to have looked up and drifted wide there as well. It is really hard to brake for Rivage, to be fair, because it is a declining braking zone, and it is so easy just to snatch a brake and let the car drift it a bit wider than it really should.
Race Roller and Ned. Oh, Race Roller, is he going to hold it? Oh, they just touched wheels, and Race Roller nearly lost the back end.
Sorry. He's not the inside?
Oh,
sorry, I'm on the battle, Steve, I'm on the battle. Oh, and he's kept it. I'm sorry, I just completely cut you off there. I was like, Ned Claw. I was like, scroll.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah. That's like, oh, he's all over the back wheel. He's going to try and go around the outside, but he's going to have the inside line going into the next corner. Oh, it's tight. Oh, he's made contact again.
Not touched.
Oh. Good defensive driving by Ned, and that's what I like to see. Fellow McLaren point. Come on, Ned. Get them points.
And Ned Claw really just firmly slamming the door in Race Roller's face, but I think Race Roller's going to have the run through Blanchamont. He's already going to go up the inside, sweeping fast left, flat left, up the inside. Ned Claw's gave him the space, and they're still side by side into the bus stop. Ned Claw's going to have the inside on the braking. Ned Claw's going to push a bit late in the brakes there, but I think Race Roller kind of braked a bit earlier there, and he was trying to go for a switchback, but Ned Claw keeps the place. Very fair, very fun but fair driving here. Race Roller going to go up the inside the final lap. We're going to see Freeman's already passed Dillon.
Past him. No, he's lost it. Dylan's lost it. He's out. He just a massive crash.
He's lost it on. He's lost it on the straight.
Yeah, he lost it on the straight. Right, it was a massive crash. I'm going to see if I can record that, because that was a massive crash. Yeah. So everyone's going to go up a position. McKeon, come. McEwen, he's taking Barlow. He's taking Barlow for the last podium spot on the last lap.
And
move.
The newcomer sweep is a foregone dream. Now it's a pipe dream.
Oh no! And it looks so good for him.
Definitely, he's had such a strong race. Steve Barlow had serious pace.
Yeah.
I mean, a P4 still extremely solid. Especially considering how competitive the field is in SLR, how competitive they are when all the divisions race in the one event. So Barlow in P4 is definitely something he can hold his heat highway. But talking about Ned Claw, as much as you love these valiant defending, he does end up losing the place to Race Roller. But Zydrad has won the race, so apologies for no showing that. But Zydrad does take a very commanding one after starting 16th.
Yeah.
So,
Scott.
16th?
Scott's in 9th as well. So Ned. So I've got to say, Div 3 having a good showing today with Gareth, Ned, and Scott all in the top 10, and Ned and Scott holding up Ham Jam. So Ham Jam, can he get Scott in the last straight?
Ham Jam definitely looked like he got a good run out of Stabilo, but he kind of started to get a bit of a slide on, a bit of weaving, and his fuel light is on as well. So Scott is going to take. Oh, and Ham Jam's lost it. And
I don't know if that was for the camera. He looked like he did that on purpose then.
He knew
Oh,
that
we
he
can
knew
have
the
some
camera was
donuts.
on him there.
Can have some donuts. There you are, some birthday donuts by Ham Jam.
There he is. He's always delivering. He's always flexing for us there, as he's just gonna run and do some donuts there for us. And I think he's just gonna let Hicklin pass as well, who will take P12 off him and Ham Jam. I mean, still will get some. On Hicklin's showing them too. I think Hicklin's just giving him a wee tap there, just to say like I might join you in that.
Yeah,
and I mean,
that's
I'm
what we
pretty
like
much
to see.
off for it. Gives us time just to sit and chat. But Zydrad does win for P16 the last time. I mean, Michael Schumacher's won for 16th year before, like way back in '95 when he drove for Benetton. So that's an unusual, a bit of an don't want to say unknown fact because people will probably know that, but that's just a bit of trivia. So Zydrad just repeating that feat as well. Schumacher into Benetton was just before my time because I was '96. So I seen him in Ferrari. But Ham Jam does beat Hicklin to the line. So Hicklin and Ham just did some donuts there, a couple of OGs for us.
Yep, that's it. Good to see.
And they conclude the Grid 2 race here in Spa. And while we're going to see the podium celebration just in a few moments, we'll get original in to see what's happened.
Yeah, I'm just going to invite. I'm just going to invite a couple of people in just for a few little chat. Ranger and a couple of the head admins, and that's it really. So just letting you know.
I know that's fine. We'll get a couple of the league owners in, get a few words for them. But before we get them in, we'll get original in for a bit of chat to see what's been happening in Australia. How did that race finish?
Oh mate, what a dramatic! Ranger nearly won.
He nearly won.
He nearly won. He lost it on the last lap. Jam Ham pitted.
Oh.
He boxed end of lap 13, early 14 for fresh softs. He dropped to P3, and then Jam Ham just literally go for P3. Beast let him through because they were both teammates, and Ranger made a mistake somewhere. I just missed it because I was on board with Beast at the time, and he just lost his lead. I don't know if it was grip. He was on. How old his tyres? He's on 13 lap old mediums to Jam Ham's fresh 2 laps on the softs. At the moment, Jam Ham won the race, Ranger in second, Beast Assassin third, Bennett fourth, Liam fifth, Kraft sixth, Little Wiggy seventh, Sem and Nicky eighth and ninth, and Neelix 10th. Sotty O'Clock, who was like up in P5th, P4th, made a mistake on Senna corner, dropping down to P11th, lost the front wing. A few of them just made a lot of mistakes. A couple of retirements, mainly just losing it. It was a major incident early on in the race, but nothing too serious. Some decent driving by some drivers.
Another strong, chaotic race there, but Jam, as you were saying in the chat, retakes the lead and Ranger just loses the top spot there on the final lap.
Yeah, I think just unlucky.
Definitely. Still a strong, solid points haul for the pair of them. Jam Ham, again, just kind of continuing the form, the high performances that we expect for a championship contender in the elite division. And then we didn't pick up on it there, Steve-O, but Barlow did end up getting P2 through penalties.
Oh, did he? Oh,
and
well
McKeon
done.
get P3. Freeman had 13 seconds off a penalty, so Freeman lost P2. And then he went down to 5th, so it was Zydrad and the newcomer, Barlow and the newcomer, and McKeon rounding it off for the OGs. So, not quite as sweet, but it was close enough.
Yeah, close enough, and I think everyone's going to have to go to do all the adding up, see who's which team's won. That's going to be everyone's going to be waiting with bated breath to see what happens there. As we've got a few people in for some, well, not interviews, just to chat really, on the SLR's second birthday. Ranger, Clock, Owen.
Yes.
How are we all? How'd you enjoy that?
I drove terribly, so yeah.
I had a fun old time, so.
Yes, I'm.
Yeah. Belgium went a little bit wrong, didn't it, Rich?
Oh, lovely.
I think.
Ranga didn't crash again, did he?
No, he didn't. He took the lead of the race. I don't know what happened. You lost it, or Jamman just caught you. Nah.
Did we win then? I think we won. I felt like we won.
We could have. We could have waited for stewards to. Well, us stewards. I guess me and Ranga are stewards, aren't we? But we'll sort that out at some point.
Let me just see who.
Right, so just to go to our second birthday kind of thing, as we'll start with Rich or Ranga. Have you got anything you want to say, really, on our second birthday? Well, you know, just well, no, like I say, it's not an interview. Just anything.
I've just realised I've not even been ticking my box, so I have now. Anything I want to say? Yeah, it's nice to speak to Scott. It's been a while.
It has.
Forgot he had a voice. Actually, no, I think he forgot. I think
Is
he
he actually
forgot.
there?
I think he forgot he had a voice. To be fair.
Yeah, I found my voice again. It's been good.
No, it was good. It was
About 6 months ago. For the last 6 months, I've just been avoiding you. But
yeah, doesn't surprise me. Nah, but on a serious note, I really enjoyed that. It's like we've done with that sort of format before, so it was wasn't exactly alien to us, but definitely my favourite format. I think it was pretty good. There's a lot of team games going on, which is good. A lot of strategy, which you like to see. And yeah, no, it was good fun. It was good to race with some people you wouldn't really get to race with. You see the pace of some guys who aren't in your division. So I had a nice little battle with Sam earlier on today, and great to see him finding some pace. So I'm sure he'll find himself in Div 1 next season. Yep, exactly that. So yeah, but obviously he's just one example, but nice to race against some other guys, and it's also nice to. I mean, obviously when I crashed in Belgium, it was nice to have a bit of time just to look at the other guys getting on. Nice to see Lewis doing so well. He's obviously come up from Div 3, didn't he, last season? And now he's putting his weight in Div 1. He's doing a great job. So that was really great to see. Not sure about clock though. That's what happened there.
You made a mistake somewhere.
Well, I haven't practiced, so that's all I need to say really, Ranga.
Great excuse.
You call me 5
That
laps,
is
isn't it?
Oh no, that's clock. That's your excuse for every time that it doesn't go well. Is you
Yeah, but
lack of practice.
I mean, ask Ranga how I've done any time we've raced, and I haven't done some laps beforehand. Ask him. There's literally.
Yeah, it's true. Every time me and Clock used to do recruiting and stuff, we jump into like 5 lap lobbies, and I'd be up there and thereabouts, and he'd be literally the opposite end of the grid. And you wouldn't think that we'd be in the same division in the league, but he's just without practice, he fully is useless. So, no.
I think
it's
he's
not
do
gone.
much better than you, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just yeah. It's sad, but it's the truth. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, while we're on here as well, I'd like to take this moment to thank Owen for that brilliant, except for the last 30 seconds, that brilliant montage of our 2 years of SLR. Really grateful for that, mate. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it was that was fun. I really enjoyed making that, and it was even better because I didn't have to. Well, I just had to put everything together. Really, I didn't have to send in any couldn't do any outsourcing for the videos because I got so much sent in to me. I just used the clips that people had sent me. I didn't have to go through old streams and whatever to get clips. I just had it all there. I mean, some of it was a bit dodgy from all sorts just the software was playing up sometimes. But I've did as much as I could, so I know it turned out all right. So that's always good to see.
Gotta say,
Oh, sorry.
I became really happy when I saw you had the Shiner from season 1 clip. I was like, oh, he's actually found that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was on last year's one. I think if I remember rightly. As well.
Yeah, because there's a couple There's a couple races from season 1 actually at the bottom of the YouTube. That's where I found them for the last year's birthday video. So yeah, I'm just happy you found that.
Evo, do you have any of the messages on hand for the SLR boys in the chat about like what their birthday contributions were, like how we did with Dodgy earlier?
Yeah, I can find a couple more of them. Hang on, it was on general, wasn't it? Yeah, we managed to read one message, which was a really nice message off Dodgy actually. It was who's got Twitch on in the background? I can hear myself, which isn't a nice thing. With my forest accent.
That sounds great.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That sounds
That's
really
not
good.
great.
Oh, I'll turn it down.
What is it? Who is it?
It's got to be Scott.
It's
gotta be
Scott, yeah,
I think
He's
it's
not used
Scott,
to it, is he?
Oh,
Yeah, got to be Scott. Only Scott would turn it up.
I'll turn it down, honestly, Punchy.
Oh God, I tell you what, general chat's been off. Right, we're nearly there. Sorry, this is not very well planned. You put me on the spot, Riggs.
Yeah, give Steve one
sorry.
another. You'll find it.
It's alright. I'm just trying to look up some of them birthday messages from earlier. It was really good. Sidrad, I'll keep mine short and sweet. I joined because I wanted to steward and help out this community, as I already had mates and other drivers in who I respected. So I thought, why not? Made everyone's life harder by making the meetings last 2 hours. Then after every 5 lap I got people saying, Sidrad, get in elite! But I had other leagues to do, so couldn't make it. But then I could, and from then on, it's been a goated experience where I've become the SLR Marmite. Oh right, okay. SLR Marmite. You either think I'm alright or think I'm an annoying, and I won't swear. Either way, respect the hell out of everyone here, and here's to another 2 years. So that was Sidrad, and one more. Who should we do? Actually, where's the one I read? I would do Freeman, but he's changed his name, so I'm not going to do Freeman. Southern. Let's do Southerners. Before joining SLR, I was just a casual online racer who kept lagging, and a racer who just did championships with my brother. Ham approached both of us about joining SLR. Joe joined straight away, but I didn't, as I was very anxious about the whole idea. After watching the streams, absolutely loving what I was watching, I knew I had to get involved, and like Dodgy's just said, decisions I've also ever made, more so because of the social side. So many amazing people I've got to know and get on well with. Hopefully one day I'll get to meet some of you in the flesh. Thank you SLR for having me on board, and thank you to all the LOs and admins for making this league run as amazing as it is. Happy birthday SLR, lots of love. That was Southerners, and I think we've got Darnell, and that's... Oh, hang on. No, Beast is just literally just talking about himself, so we won't bother with him. Darnell, right, okay. Fuck it, I'll be all. No, sorry about the language. I won't swear this time.
it's fine. We'll go with it.
I'll be
Welcome
a
to the
sheep,
club.
he's put. Yeah. I joined 2 weeks before lockdown back in March. I used to race with Matt in our own mini championships, both on pad, and he used to whoop my ass every time. Safe to say I got fed up because of numerous reasons and hated racing the AI. I was looking around to racing leagues, and luckily the one and only Ham Jam dropped me a message after being in a ranked lobby with him. Little did I know, Order 66 had been executed within SLR, and I was one of the young Padawans this league was trying to bring in with a million others. What's a Padawan? Is that I take it a pad user?
Star Wars
Fuck
reference.
you, tell him.
Oh, okay, Star Wars is it? Oh, right.
There's
I
no
joined
man.
another league. I joined another league at the same time as SLR and did a few races there. Can't remember the league name. I don't have the time to league race every day, so I wanted to see which league would be better for me, and it was pretty clear cut. Left this other league after 3 races, as SLR was on another level in every aspect, from the on-track to off-track organisation. At the time, I remember telling Matt, and safe to say he was pretty pissed off with me, that I was ditching what we had done for the 10 years race in a league with randomers. But looking back now, I think he'd agree with me that it was the best thing we've ever done. Like he said in his message, I've met people who are truly incredible people, and although I've not met any of you in the flesh, it kind of feels like I already have because of how we get on. Bish bash bosh, essay done. There we go. And I think that'll do. But that's some really good messages off people who obviously appreciate all the work I do.
Yeah.
At least you're, yeah.
No, that was a joke, by the way. What about and Scott? Now you found your voice. Is there anything you'd like to say about the great league in the past and the generally stuff?
Just echo what everybody else has said. Obviously, I think it's been good for everyone during lockdown. Everybody's been stuck in their fucking house, so it's been good to have a wee escape. So I think we've done that, but no, we just got bigger and bigger as it's gone on, and you know, the wife's always sitting staring at me now, wondering what the fuck I'm doing with my life, but she's feeding my daughter. But I don't know, Steve, are you sitting in a van right now? In a lay-by doing this?
I know I've actually found a great place to park, and I actually had to move to find better signal. So I parked at the top, and then I drove down to the bottom, and then I drove back up to the middle and found that was the best place. So that's where we stopped.
Magical.
There you go, see? That's dedication.
It's crazy, wherever SLR is, you know, in a lay-by somewhere or sitting here, so. But no, just thanks for everybody. And shout out to Gary as well. I don't know where he is tonight. I'm assuming he's working, but
I think Steve and Gary should paint the SLR logo on one of his trains, and Steve should paint the SLR logo on.
Oh no! I actually thought I'm gonna look into getting the logo onto a sticker and sticking it on the back of the lorry. I am actually looking to do that. That is actually my plan. Yeah,
that's brilliant.
That is
Gary
my
putting
plan.
it on a train, to be honest. I don't know what the fuck they do with trains in Sweden, but
He can
we
put
frown
it on
upon
every
that
train
sort of
he's
stuff here.
driving. I think it would be brilliant.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I'd probably just echo what Scott was saying too. Like, SLR's really just kind of became this big community where everybody just shares their love for racing, and like there's always kind of good banter on the Discord and in the chats that we have. Like, as Darnell was saying when you were reading these hangouts, Steve-O, that it almost feels like you've already met in person because like how well everybody gets on. But maybe one day down the line we can maybe organise a Silverstone event or another kind of Formula 1 related stuff, or just a general meet or whatever. We're all across the country and even the world, wherever you're from, but I mean we'll always find a way if the effort's there. But I just kind of want to say, like, there is just like this kind of next level like professionalism and kind of like structure in SLR that you don't really get with many of the leagues as well. Like, and I can understand why it's got as many drivers as it has. Like the count that I seen the last time was like 102, so we're just over the 100 as well. So it really has gone strong over the last 2 years, and with the way it's gone, then it can only get bigger and better. There will probably always be blips in the road, but I mean, like, there's no grudges. Like, as soon as we have a blip, we have it out, and then we're on to the next one. Like, it's literally as simple as that. And I mean, I'm honestly more than honoured to be part of the commentary team for the birthday event, for its second birthday. And here's to many more. Just stay safe and keep positive and just keep on keeping on and keep playing F1, because there's not really much else we can be doing. But I just kind of want to just thankful to join in the celebrations, really, and hopefully somebody else will say something, because I don't want to be the one that ends it on my note. So
I think we'll end it right there. Perfect.
beautiful. But you can join the SLR boys for the side pod on the Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, and there'll be F2 in Sochi on the Thursday, and we'll be back to division racing next weekend. So be sure to see us for that. I'll just end it there. Is that alright? Aye.
Perfect. What a pro. Absolute pro.
Yeah. Oh, absolute pro. League's looking to
That's it. Right, thank you,
We'll
lads.
catch you in the next stream.
Cheers, guys.